welcome to another episode here on the Minecraft Let's Play Season 2. We are standing here where we were 2 episodes ago by the iron farm, but it is not going to be the focus of today. It is working, as you can probably tell. I am a frequent user of getting the iron ingots and trading with my villagers that are over the hill there. But yeah, we are not here to get the iron, we are here to get these guys. Today we're going to work with sheep, and I have been going around breeding these guys up. You're probably going to see a couple of them baby sheep still, the lambs if you want to call them that. So yeah, and I've also started breeding some cows because I want those to be frequent here as well. But why we are focusing on the sheep today is because I need to get myself some wool, and I want to have wool because in the future I want to try and build with it. I want some cyan wool to be exact, because it's going to be one of the build pallets inside of this world, so that's why I have wanted to get that. And we're trying to get some cows as well. That one we did have already. Do we have any more? That one as well. Yeah, not having the greatest check on these guys since they are roaming around here. I've just bred up the sheep and cows that was on this part of the island when I spawned in. They were luckily I think it was 2 cows and 1 sheep. But I had a very nice thing that I got. There were some sheep that had spawned on over there by the mountain biome, or on the plains that was just beside there. So I could just sort of lure them into a boat and then take the boat and then get them over here so I could start breeding some sheep. And we need 1 for each color, so I'm going to need 16, and I think I maybe have that at this rate, but until they have cooled down and you can breed them again, I'm going to start building the farm. So it's going to be a little bit of travel time here until we get to that place. You can see the wall of the villagers over there, and by the bamboo you can see the starter mushroom house that we have, the starter base, so to speak. But we are going to go over here today because, as you can see over the horizon, we have some new color on this island, and that's why because I've started the very big project that I'm going to try on this island, and that is to change this ugly mycelium to grass. Because as you can see, and if you compare it to regular grass that you can see in the plains biome, you can even actually do this thing and see that it's a little bit duller green. It's not very colorful or vibrant is the word I'm looking for. You can see here. But then if we take a look at this, we can see very large difference. Even though it's further away, we can see that it's much lusher, much greener. So that therefore I decided that I want to change these purpley blocks to this nice green one. That's why I also, one of the reasons, except for the spawning mechanics, as I've talked in previous episodes about, that I want to build here on the Mushroom Island, because I want to experience this lush and nice greenery. So like I've said, we're going to do a sheep farm today, and it's a regular one. I've always done it, and if you remember from my last series, the season 1 of the Let's Play, I did make a sheep tower. It was one of the later episodes when I wanted to change up the old sheep farm by having a sheep tower instead, that I built this module on top of each other and had every color. This time we're going to make it in rows, so we are going to have 1 row of 8 and then one opposite that with a row of 8, since it's 16 colors inside of Minecraft that you can dye sheep with. So I've gotten the glass colors. I've also gotten each and every one of these dies to dye the sheep with. We also have some building blocks and a little bit of redstone that we need. The iron is for making scissors that, or not scissors, I'm thinking old terms, shears. So we can shear the sheep and get the wool. But first and foremost, what we need to actually do, now I realized, yeah, we can do that later on. We need some hoppers and some other stuff. Yeah, I come prepared. I thought that I had prepared everything, but I need hoppers to gather stuff with. I need hopper minecarts to gather stuff with, and also some pistons and stuff to work everything with. So I'm going to run over, see how much iron I got, otherwise we have to raid the iron farm and get stuff from there and try and make as many hoppers as I'm going to need for this project. So I'm going to cut away a little bit and we'll see each other once the farm has actually started building. Okay, so the start of the sheep farm has begun. I've already done one module because you are, I hope, at least a little bit familiar with how these sheep farms are working by now. It's very simple design, but it's very effective. So I think I have everything that we need. I'm going to need some gray glass here because that's the next thing I have in my color scheme of rainbows. I'm also going to need a minecart with hopper inside of it. Then I think we should have everything that we are in need of. So now to explain this part of the build, what we need to start by doing is to actually start by putting in an observer. And then after that we put a dispenser on top, hopefully facing the right way, so we have that there instead. Yes. Now then, what we do next is that we're going to place our hopper minecart over there, and then we're going to take out the rail that we put down and not take out the hopper in the meantime. So there, and then just going to have to start over. So put down rail, put oh yeah, that broke when we hit it. So there, if you don't want to have the pickaxe, you can also do it by hand. Then to get the grass block, which is if you look inside of here, you see that it's one grass block. This is of course where the sheep is going to stand. We need to push that into the minecart. And how we do that is by placing a block here. Then we need one more block here, so it's a little bit easier to place our piston. Where have I put that? Nothing here, then maybe it has gone, yeah. If you can't find it, it has probably gone into the hopper line here. So yeah, so piston on top. That was wrong. We don't actually need that extra, I believe now, but yeah. So we're going to place that there, and yeah, a little bit wonky with working with pistons, so you do it this way. No, it worked fine just a minute ago. Then we do it like this instead. So there and there. Now then you take a redstone power source, something that can push the piston down, and then it's just a matter of taking down this contraption and being done with that. What we need to do is to place one block here. Reason for that being is because we need to have as many grass blocks as you can, so this goes as fast as it can when the sheep eats the grass to replenish their wool. Then the grass blocks around it should be as many as possible, so they can filter in from each side to get the block to spawn new grass until the sheep wants to eat once more. With that, most of the thing is actually done. It's just a matter of placing these up, and then we're going to lead some sheep inside of here and trap them down, and then place some sort of roof on top, I think. So yeah, it's just a matter now of repeating and doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm going to bust out the camera account for this because it's going to take a while, and I don't have a replay mode yet. It hasn't, as of this time of recording, it hasn't gone out in the new 1.17. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, having a second account, filming everything that I do here, and you're going to see the farm take shape a little bit faster than we do it now. So I hope you enjoy the time lapse. We're going to see each other after the farm is actually pretty finished. Okay, welcome back from that time lapse. As you can see and as you saw, every block is placed now. We're just needing the sheep and some other little finance. Yeah, trying to talk in Swedish again by doing the words in Swedish by Englifying them. Yeah, just having to tweak a little bit of the things. For example, you can see here that we have had, I put in a spruce planks log behind each and every one of the redstone contraptions with the observer and the dispenser. Sadly, I did put down a chest here, and that's not going to be able to I think, yeah, we can't have the chest there because then we would need to do a little bit different, since we can't open the chest with a block on top. I could have put the wooden block there, but we couldn't have opened the chest. So I'm just going to move this out and put the chest here instead, and then we're just going to take a hopper that's going to go into that chest there. So very easy fix, but I wanted to point that out because I wanted to have the chest here because I thought that, oh, we can say one hopper, so I could use that iron or then that hopper for something else, but yeah, sadly that didn't work out. So with all of those in place, I'm going to put down some redstone dust. And this is of course going to be, it's the same as I've always done before as well. And that's because we have the observers down there. They're going to notice when a grass block is being eaten on either side of those ones. And when that happens, it triggers the observer. The observer sends a signal that goes into the block and then into the redstone, sends out the signal to the dispenser here that's going to shear the sheep. Because when they eat, they are going to, of course, get their new wool, and when they are getting the new wool, we shear them at the same time. So they are going to sadly be naked for a long time, these sheeps. But where are they? Yeah, as I said in the beginning of the episode, we have a lot of sheeps over there, and I'm just finding a reason to use the spyglass, and we have a lot of them, so I think we have around 16 or something. So I'm going to get, we're going to sleep in a moment, but before that I'm going to get the 2 leads that I have. I have gotten a wandering trader around here, or 2 or 3 maybe. But yeah, that guy, and he released his llamas somewhere over here, and that I got the leads. So that's the way to get leads early on, if you don't find any slime chunks or anything that you could make leads out of. So I'm going to get those leads, start wrangling sheeps into the pens, and then we're going to see each other after that is done, because then the farm is actually completely finished. So, as you can see now, we have a working sheep farm. Each and every one of them is being sheared. Some of them take a little bit longer, but that's because they haven't eaten the grass yet. We have the orange and yellow one here that I can see that have not eaten as of yet, but yeah, the farm is working. I have colored each and every one of the sheep so they correspond with the glass blocks that are around them. For the most part, at least. We have some in the middle here where we have only on 3 sides, but yeah, that's working. I want this to be a little bit compact, so I didn't want to use, for example, I could have used 1 orange block here and then moved this one more block over, so we did have a red block here and the sheep inside of that block. But I decided against that because I wanted to have the space, and I wouldn't have gotten the farm as small and compact as I could make it. I've also put in some glowstone on top of here, and the reason for that being is that you need to have light sources around the grass here, so it does also help with getting everything, and those ones did get sheared at the same time now. That was a little bit funny. Yes, so at least what we get with the glowstone is that we get a little bit of a higher light level, and even though we have glass around here to get this transparency into, I think that just putting in some lights is also good to make everything work. And yeah, with this we should be seeing a lot of wool getting inside of here, dirt as well apparently. But yeah, we have a starting thing for the wool, and everything looks nice to be working. So it's just now a matter of leaving this and see where it takes us. It is mostly the cyan, and maybe doing with some light blue as well in the future, but mostly the cyan is what I'm after. So I hope that this sheep in particular works very well on eating and getting sheared, but it's going to be in a future episode, so it's not going to be immediately. We need to gather up some more stuff. For example, it is for this build here in the middle, which is going to be the storage system, or where I have my middle part of the base, where the storage is going to go, where all the items, everything sort of central placed. And except for having cyan wool, it's also going to need prismarine, and prismarine is not easy to get this early on in the world. So that's why I have, for example, my little base up there with the chest and chests upon just all sort of items, because I haven't found the reason for sorting it, because it's all going to get sorted inside of here instead later on. But we'll see what next episode takes us. Until then, I'm going to take the same outro as I do every time. So I hope that you have enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider subscribing so you don't miss future episodes. Maybe you want to see me take on that garden temple for the Prismarine in the future, so don't miss that if you want to see that. Otherwise, you can also leave a like and a comment if you don't want to subscribe. It could also help and show appreciation. Otherwise, we're going to say goodbye for now.